The word Dukkha used by the Buddha denoting the most eminent or prominent nature of the nature is translated into English as suffering, limiting its meaning only to the mental element called Dukkha. It is possible we use the Sinhala word Dukkha denoting the Pali word Dukkha is confined to mental element only. Mental suffering, mental pollution. Suffering here means the original nature of the mind getting adulterated with mingling or bounded or mixed with foreign elements. The bondage so caused is called bana in both Pali and Sinhala. Bana is bondage, bound. Nibbana is free from bond. That is emancipation from bondage. And Nibbana, such emancipation, is the main aim of the Buddha's teaching, to removing the bondage of bana with the basic nature of the nature. The basic nature of the nature is constant transformation. That is called Dukkha. Not only mental transformation, but the transformation, constant transformation of everything and being in this universe is called Dukkha. Therefore, the original meaning of the Dukkha is universal, not mental, as translated into English as mental suffering. But suffering too is a transformation. Transformation of the original nature of the mind. According to the Buddha, as recorded at page 18 of volume 1 in Anguttara Nikaya, Pabhasram idam bhikkhave chitta. Our original mind is radiant, but gets polluted by mingling with foreign elements. Agantuke upaklechehi upakrita. Here, klita means pollution. In Sinhala it's called kilitu. That pollutes the original nature of the mind, the radiant nature of the mind. This radiant nature is metaphorically referred to as light. Its alteration as darkness. Darkness of the ignorance. It's called moha. Knowing the real nature of the nature is called aloka, light. Enlightenment means kindling of the light, removing the darkness of ignorance in the mind. Here, ignorance means ignorance of the real nature of the nature. The real nature of the nature, as Buddha has noted, refer to three aspects: anicca, dukkha, and anatta. The main element is dukkha. As I mentioned, translated into English as suffering. But it is not confined onto mental suffering, dukkha. It is universal. Universal means universal pollution, adulteration. Adulteration means changing, transformation. It is this transformation that leads to mental suffering too. It is this transformation that is caused by the universal energy. Energy means universal creativity, identified in these religions as an almighty God, changing everything constantly, creating, generating, degenerating, and ending. Everything and being is born to decay and die. Birth is called dukkha, jati. Decay is called jara. The disease resultant is called jara. Vyadi. Vyadi means suffering, called sickness. Then ultimately, passing away is called disease or death. These are the basic nature of the nature, categorized as anicca, dukkha, and anatta by the Buddha. Anatta means no permanent identity, because everything is getting constantly polluted and changed. This changing is called dukkha. In the page 18 of volume 1 in the Anguttara Nikaya, our original mind, according to Buddha, is radiant. Pabhasar midam bhikkhave citta. But that radiant nature of the mind gets polluted, degenerated by foreign elements. Agantika upaklite upaklito. At page 18 of volume 3 in the Anguttara Nikaya, Buddha referred to 5 elements called Panchanivarna, polluting the radiant nature of the mind. They are Kamachanda, Vyapada, Tinamijja, Uddacha, Kukucha, Psikicha. Kamachanda is, Kama is liking. Chanda means selection. We select things that we like from the universe. That is called Kama Chanda, selection. But that very selection leads to Vyapada, pollution in the mind. Because nothing can retain its permanent nature due to the constant transformation caused by the universal energy. identified as anicca by the Buddha, impermanency, not permanent. That means ultimately there is no permanent identity of anything or any being. Everything is getting changed. It is this change, constant change, that is called Dukkha by the Buddha, not mental suffering only. But all physical changes as well as mental changes come under the word Dukkha, universal adulteration, that can be translated into as universal pollution, mingling with foreign elements. According to Buddha, as I mentioned earlier, the original nature is radiant, but foreign elements are dark. Metaphorically, darkness is called foreign to the mind. Light or radiant nature is called the elementary, basic nature of the mind. Our mind is radiant, but according to Buddha, it gets polluted. Like pollution of the pure electricity by mixing with or mingling with or bound with foreign elements called electromagnetism. We experience this magnetism mentally as our likes and dislikes, which is referred to in science as attraction and repulsion. Attraction is called Dukkha, repulsion is called Sukha, Dukkha. Sukhata and Dukkha. Attraction. That means there are things that are present and unpresent in the nature. We get attracted to the present things, beings and elements, and we repulse the opposite of it. Unpresent elements, beings and things. These activities of like and disliking is foreign to the mind. The original mind can take things as they are. That is called Yatha Bhuta Jnana Darsana. Only the enlightened can see things as they are and accept things as they are. Because there is no point in trying to converting the present into the unpresent or unpresent into the present. They are natural incidents in the nature. Therefore, bird suffering does not bring the full meaning of the word Dukkha in Pali. Dukkha is universal, universal pollution, universal transformation, universal degeneration. Not only degeneration, but generation too is called natural. The nature generates things and beings, and degenerates things and beings through pollution until ends with disease. Therefore, dynamism, adulteration, and the resultant non-availability of a permanent identity is called anattata. Once This reality is realized by the mind. The reality is dukkha. Constant pollution is realized by the mind. The mind becomes indifferent to natural pollution because it's not what one does or somebody else does, not done by a universal creator. Although theistic religions identify generation as an almighty God, regeneration by a being called Mara. But generation and regeneration are both natural. It is the degeneration through pollution that is called dukkha. The cause of both generation and degeneration is called anicca, universal dynamism, or the universal energy. The result is the constant pollution of everything and every being generated. The ultimate result is nothing can retain a permanent identity. That nature is called anattata. This is what Buddha realized by enlightenment. The basic nature of the nature realized at enlightenment is constant transformation called dukkha. That is not done by oneself or somebody else. Naidam atakatan, naidam parakatan, as said by the Buddha in Sela Sutra. Generation, degeneration, and final passing away called disease or death are only natural events of the nature. Whether we like or dislike, we have to accept this nature of the nature as it is. Accepting it as it is called yathabhuta jnana dasana of the enlightened mind. Enlightened mind means changing the mind to accept things as they are, so that there is no mental suffering caused by the degeneration of the things that look present. It is the nature of the nature for the present to be unpresent or the unpresent to be present. Because there is a variety in the nature, variety of likes and dislikes. What small child likes or dislikes may not be liked or disliked by matured. Nor it is liked or disliked by the adolescent, by the youth, by the matured, by the old. Taste variety, variety of taste, changing from moment to moment, from stage to stage, from occasion to occasion. That is the basic nature of the nature. That is called constant pollution of the nature by the nature itself. Constant pollution is referred to by the Buddha, by the word, though it is translated into mental suffering by English. The real meaning is not confined to mental degeneration, but the universal degeneration, Dukkha. That is universal adulteration.